It's a sad day. It's a sad podcast. I mean, one of us is sad. One of us apparently is having the day of their life. Can you guess which one that is? One of us has a conscience. One of us cares about the 29 people, excuse me.
Hey.
It went down when the gales of November came early. It's sad. It's sad. But I'm Zach Bruner. Jake Osmond's here. This is a 30-minute loop of the instrumental of the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald that I will do twice if the show needs it.
Is this going to be in the background the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be distracting, Zach, to me.
I got to tell you, I'm in my feels. I'm listening to the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I'm drinking my Hulk Hogan Real American beer. I am really going through it today.
Did I tell you that I saw a little Hulk Hogan during Halloween?
You saw a little Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, like a child.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he was a child in a costume, probably like 3 years old. He came up to me. Tave and I got way too excited. Brother! And he like kind of shrunk away. Yeah, he wasn't quite old enough to banner. Because we were trying to do brother to him. I was like, did you eat your vitamins? Did you drink your milk? He said, I don't like milk. I said, well, you picked the wrong costume. I did.
The Hulkster would hate him.
The Hulkster. Like, I was like, all right, your dad is sad Hulk died and he put you in that costume. I understand.
Bingo. Dad should have been Macho Man. They should have went at it all night. That's the way to do it.
100%. Here's my thing with the song. You tell me as a stand of the song. By the way, I think part of the reason I'm in this mood, like, I don't dislike this song at all. I woke up from a text from Jared, friend of the show, at like 6 a.m. being like, ring the bell 29 times. He had already posted on Facebook. I had a friend at work who had already posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
You're starting a show like this?
Ball knowers know they do not ring it 29 times, Jake.
They ring it 30.
For Gordon, who is now also passed. He might as well have been on the ship. That dude's an American hero.
Here's my question. Do you think the people on the ship would be mad at that Gordon got in there? Like, does Spielberg get to be buried at Arlington because he made Saving Private Ryan? Like, what's the line?
So.
You know? Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just wondering. Okay.
I mean, people get like honorary PhDs from Harvard all the time. I feel like this is essentially the same thing.
I mean, for sure. It's like knighting people. I get it.
Yeah. It's a similar situation to, I feel like I ran for 3 touchdowns this week, much like Jonathan Taylor. You know? I started him in fantasy. Congrats to me.
I do think that we need to track people who love the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
One right here. Oh,
I know.
Love is an interesting word. I have passion towards it. It takes up a great deal of my week-to-week time. Admiring, reading, meditating. It feels like I'm playing RuneScape right now, by the way. This instrumental.
I think we're about to go to a
2006.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Bear too.
RuneScape, that's so true. Talk about a thing people now can't relate to.
No, man, that was it. RuneScape was where I first heard Crank That Soulja Boy the first time.
Yeah.
Lots of things went down.
RuneScape, like early social media, 100%.
There was, shit went down on RuneScape. And they still have it. I still know my login. We should get that going again.
That's so true. Because it's like all the other early internet things, like people remember World of Warcraft. I don't think people give RuneScape the love it deserves.
I don't think so. And to me at least, felt just as big, and it was free. So
I think it was bigger at one point for sure. Do you think that it just fully got replaced by Minecraft? I just think it was such a one-to-one in terms of audience.
I truly have no idea, but that makes sense to me. I don't know. I'm not even yes ending that one. That's my bad.
No, but.
No, but I honestly don't know. That's a great question. Let's throw it to the audience.
Because I don't think you've ever done that on any topic we've ever done. I have no opinion. Oh, my screen went dark. I'm back. Okay, sorry. Panicked.
It is a weird thing for me to say plead the fifth on, I guess. That's my bad.
I have no idea. That's so funny. It's like it was like you were court all of a sudden. You're like, Your Honor, I'm not qualified. I'm not an expert witness.
I honestly, there was a little panic around me where it's like, I don't want to say the wrong thing about RuneScape and Minecraft. I don't need that heat.
That's so true. I just think you are the exception to this. But most of the folks who I know who are passionate about the history and lore and respect around the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald,
okay,
they could tell me books and books about the wreck of the ship, its historical significance, the song, Gordon Lightfoot's backstory. They fucking hated school. They hated it with all passion. Sure. Like, school wasn't for me. I'm not a learner. They're like, you're not going to respect the 29 souls who went down in the lake.
Honestly, could you imagine Gordon Lightfoot being your history teacher? He tricked a lot of people into learning about history. The dude's he's the Bill Nye of the history community.
It's so true. But it's like, also it fits perfect because it's the same way that it's like our history teachers randomly were like, every school had to learn about the lost colony of Roanoke for some goddamn reason.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Like, it's like, why? Why was that in the history? The Bermuda Triangle?
Not just that, I had to learn about, I had like a whole course about it in college. Talk about useless. Like, it's kind of cool, but it was enough. You know, it didn't need to be a semester.
Of Roanoke?
Not Roanoke. It was pretty much, what's the name of the other lost, the oldest colony in America.
Yeah, Jamestown.
Starts with not Jamestown. Starts with way before Jamestown. Starts with CH. I got a book about it on my bookshelf. From college. It's like in Illinois. Or it's in the Midwest. I can't remember its fucking name.
Croatoan?
Not Croatoan. Do I need to go look at the book? Is that good for content right now?
No. We'll leave it. It's hard to look up anything without getting Roanoke, but I appreciate the dive back there.
I mean, okay, you know what? Let's do research. That's what today is about. It's about remembering history and everything around it. So, oldest American.
I was by the way, off show. We were like, this has got to be a quick one today.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big one. Let's see. Colony is the wrong word because colony implies UK. So we don't want the word colony. Village? Is that the right word? Not the right word. It's truly 10 feet away from me, but I can't be bothered to go look at the bookshelf. Oldest American.
Not Roanoke.
Not Chinook. No, the Chinook is the sunflower seed brand that sponsors me. What is it?
Hey, it's good to be sponsored. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out. Great sunflower seeds. Don't even leave you with that same.
Did you hear there's people who think they found the Ark?
Noah's? Or somebody else's? Okay.
Noah's Ark in Turkey.
Turkey? That's a twist. I mean, actually, that makes perfect sense, but to me, it's a twist. I've only seen White Noah.
By the way, thank you, AI Overview. The search for Noah's Ark in Turkey centers on the Durapanar site, a boat-shaped geological formation near a mountain.
Oh.
They were talking about on the Today Show today, and I'm not going to lie, I was hooked, and then I lost a little interest when they were like, yes, researchers, Christians from the United States. I was like, I'm out. I was like, we definitely just got hyped about a boat-shaped mountain.
This is what we're going to do. There's a very old village in Wisconsin called Azatlan, which is very cool. I just visited that this summer. That is connected to the village. I know that I am looking up. So we're going to go to Azatlan, and then we will look back from there. I had Aztec history. Yes, it did, for sure. This is the best episode of the FlurrySports Podcast since Panther City, I do believe. Which
all-timer.
I believe that. Did that happen on air or off air?
No, Panther City definitely happened on air.
Azatlan, Wisconsin.
Panther City happened on air. So did the time that we learned about the origins of the league, and they're like, a man known only as Ben Thomas. What's it?
Found it. Cahokia.
Oh, right on the.
What a good payoff.
Never.
And that's essentially all that needed to be done for that course.
Hey,
is the point.
At least I didn't go, nope, never heard of that. I didn't know, but yeah. I didn't
It's true.
shut it down. Yeah, I gave you a reaction.
this took a long time to find. Now imagine a whole semester of that. And that was the course for the most part. It was, I don't even know what the course was. It didn't make sense. There was no connections between it because I think we also did ancient, like Middle East stuff in that class too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know this is a bit of a loaded question for you because you went to school for history education. If you had to pick a niche history topic to do a whole semester on, what would you pick? Something like that, but maybe with a little more payoff, I guess.
Niche. So I can't just be like, pretty niche. I really like the psychology of Nazi Germany. That was kind of cool, but that's not very niche.
Yeah.
It's because of where we are, but I do like the way Wisconsin was founded and the way like the Hmong culture came.
Yeah.
To Wisconsin. I think that's really cool. I did a big project on that.
That's a good pick. I did a history of migrations, and that was for sure the best part of the class was when they focused on that particular one. I would do when Hulk Hogan pinned Iron Sheik. I don't think people talk enough about it.
That's a good one, yeah.
I think I would do history from the lens of like, I'd pick 5 WWE matches and be like, I definitely teach about the time that they needed Sergeant Slaughter to be a heel. So they turned him heel during the Gulf War and had him officially had him become ambassador to Saudi Arabia.
I mean, you could do that on our YouTube channel. That could be the thing. It could be like the way times wrestling intersected with real politics.
Yeah, that's true. I would just be like storylines we should all talk about more. I talk about that. We could do an episode on Eugene.
Maybe a limited series.
Well, I was thinking about this day before we get off of it. I was like, I have to remember to tell Zach, because as much shit as I give you for how much you love Eugene, I remembered, I was like, well, that's my version of that, which is, I can't believe how much I like the storyline where they revealed, I don't know if you were following along at all, when they were like, Vince has another son. Do you remember that? Or like, Vince has a secret child. So they're like building to it for weeks, and then best setup for payoff. By the way, WWE nails a setup every time. They miss the payoff every time, but the setup always there. Who hit Stone Cold? It's obviously Triple H, but
right? Yeah,
Boss Man, because swerved you. Rikishi, he did it for The Rock. Do you remember that? Rikishi. Yeah. Sorry.
Rikishi was Vince's son. I'm like, what?
Even better, Zach, you do a whole setup on the show. They have the entire roster come out, surround Vince in the ring. Vince cuts a promo. You should be honored to be part of the family.
Yeah.
He starts doing fun facts. Like, I think this is, God is my witness. I think the guy reading out the fun facts is the same dude who used to host Gladiators. I think it was the short span of time where that guy was on WWE, John Rome or something. Anyway, he was reading off like the DNA test results. So he was like, Vince, your son, your child, not a woman. And then they sent all the divas to the back.
So it's like, guess who?
Yeah, 100%. Okay. Your child is a current champion. Oh, and another group goes. So they did like 10 rounds of charades. They all go to the back. And then the big reveal, it's going to either be in the ring. It's either Triple H, who obviously Vince hates. And also they love to tease because Triple H would be Vince's real son and also married to Stephanie. Because WWE hates itself and has to do those things. So he's in the ring and everyone's like, ooh, is it going to be Triple H? Or Mr. Kennedy, who was awesome. But in real life was going to be Mr. Kennedy, but people in the back hated him so much they had to swerve it, Zach. So it was down to those two. And then the guy goes, it's neither of these people. It's Hornswoggle. And the little leprechaun comes out from under the ring. He's Vince's dad. And he runs over. And that storyline lasted a week after that. Vince had the results reversed. He was actually Finley's son, who loved him immensely. And Finley, by the way, knew the whole time, but he was conflicted because he wanted a better life for his son Hornswoggle. He thought he'd get that with Vince. They set it up so good, and they just couldn't help themselves. And by the way, I was hooked. It's just like Eugene. Like, if it works, it works, dude.
Right. 100%.
Never do it again.
No.
Can't defend the merits. We can celebrate that it happened.
At that point in time, it was the greatest thing on television.
Yes, and Zach, I have a WWE tie into NFL stories when we get to that today.
Well, before that, I'm just going to say you just posted an hour-long video on the WWE on our YouTube channel. So definitely go and watch that about fantasy booking / predicting the John Cena tournament leading up to his final match in WWE. So go and watch that. If you're like me, who is like, I like wrestling, but I'm not watching week to week, it was a good catch up to figure out like what potentially is happening and then what could be happening. And obviously John Cena's retiring, right? So they're bringing in people I actually know, which is great. Like people from his past. So it's a good way to get connected back to it.
I am so interested in what they're going to do in terms of who they pick out of this. Because I like I said, I texted you this today. We might get a reaction to it live on the show. I think the odds that Chris Jericho or Edge are in this tournament is very likely. And I don't know how you have either of those guys make it all the way to the final. Also, do you want them to? Like, you want them to beat all these, like, young studs? And then what? They can't beat John Cena. They're both actively tied to AEW. Right. So they make it all the way through and then lose. But, like, also, if Edge is in the tournament, no one's going to want him not to face John Cena.
True. That's true. Yeah, I
said it in the video, but I was like, if I was actually booking WWE, everyone would hate me because what I would do is exactly what I booked. But then when Edge does lose in the tournament, I'd have him face John Cena anyway. I'd have John come out and be like, I'm not letting you off that easy. And then we get it anyway, you know?
Honestly, yeah. John should come out after every match and do the attitude adjustment to every loser. You know?
Yeah.
That's all we need.
100%. I mean, also, if this makes you want to watch the video, this is the vibe. I cut two things, Zach, I was going to tell you about because I just couldn't find a way to make them fit as much as the other stuff I did. But I really wanted Stone Cold to be in it. I just was like, glass breaks, he's out. But then I was like, he'd have to lose. So how does that work? Or like, who does he face? I was like, is it just Stone Cold versus Sheamus? Like, what do I... Because he's not facing John Cena right away. So what do we do, you know?
True. That is a point that I feel like a lot of people are missing, where it's like, yes, this would be cool if they fought Cena, but they got to get there.
Yes. And for that reason, I was like, at one point, I was like, we could sneak one more Cena match in, like on one of the weeks he's there. Who should it be? And I was like, Kurt Angle can't walk. But if he could, if we get Kurt in there.
Perfect. Yeah.
One more time, that was who he debuted against. I'm like, John Cena can't really move either. So it's just guys like hugging each other.
That'd be great. That'd be just submissions all match. That'd be great for WWE.
In my veins.
Pound and pound.
100%. I was like, Regal should be in this. RVD should be in this.
Yeah.
I would love 16 people who can't move anymore. Because if all of them are bad, or they're all good.
True. They could do the worst scenario they could do, and that's make it all of the like CGI, whatever it is, matches like they did with Bray Wyatt and Cena. Which, by the way, I was a little disappointed. Why not bring back Bray Wyatt for it? Do that same thing again.
I'm just saying, if we did a random tournament, Sheamus walks out, his opponent's Sandman, the place isn't going to go nuts.
True. That'd be incredible. I'd watch.
Sandman be concussed by the time he got down there.
Great. That's all we need. It doesn't matter. That's fine.
NFL
has proven that concussions aren't real, and even if they are, it's fine. Like Jackson Dart should have went right back into that game.
Scam Cat.
It's okay.
Scam Cataboo. Cam Scattaboo paid the price though. He interrupted that process, and now his body paid the price.
Brian Daboll cried for him, and now Brian Daboll is no longer on the team.
The Giants are wild. Speaking of, should we hit it? Please watch that video. Thanks for all the support. Get us to 20K by the Royal Rumble, and we'll do a fun stream watch along. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll do it in full wrestling gear. Don't you worry about that. It'll be. If we hit 20K,
I promise, if we're 20K, I'll go over the top. I'll go insane.
If we hit 25K, I've already said I'm going over the top rope. I'm entering the match at 25K. If we hit it.
WWE agreed to it. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Slide in. Doesn't matter. We'll do a Pat McAfee. Just step in, step out.
So true. Yeah, they need to do more bits. That was a good bit.
It was a good bit. But let's talk about the bits that the NFL season's happening right now, because we are 10 weeks in. Weird week of football. There's blowouts, there's upsets, there was a lot of bad football, there was some good football in between the middle of it, but I mean, like, primetime slots were both unbelievably bad. Raiders, Broncos, and Steelers, Chargers. I literally fell asleep during Steelers, Chargers, woke up and nothing happened. It was a weird week, but every single week we do 2 different storylines to make sure we can look back on the season that was and really tell the full story of the league. My first headline up for nomination this week, and I think it's my only strong one, to be completely honest, and that's Dan Campbell shakes it up. Everyone's talking about it as if this is something that could not have been done. He pulled off the impossible, Jake, and that's he is calling plays. No one knew he could do that, and we could tell he was calling plays because did you watch the Detroit game?
Parts of it. I also have a storyline from the Detroit game. Yes.
So they were like speculating when it was so obvious. Like, I think Campbell's calling plays. I think he's doing it. I'm not sure. Is it Morton up in the box or is it Campbell? And they flashed to Dan Campbell on the sideline. He's wearing his glasses down like this, looking at plays as if he's a character, figuring out what to do. But Dan Campbell shakes it up, starts calling plays, and then they go for 546 yards. So Dan Campbell, being the football super genius, which people sort of forget, is front and center right now.
He's done this, but am I wrong that he did this with the offensive coordinator before Ben Johnson?
Yep. He's
Literally
called plays
did.
before.
Yeah.
People just don't comprehend that he's an offensive guy because of his personality.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good move. That is a good storyline to watch. Do you think that what would be the reason for that shift right now?
I mean, they just lost a divisional game, so they hit the fan, panic mode.
Better way to ask this. I just realized it. And maybe hindsight, this is full hindsight, I guess. I'm a little surprised. I guess the question is, why wouldn't he have gone to this right away? And I know that's hindsight that it went so good, but I just remember us all offseason being like, it's going to be fine because Campbell's going to call plays.
Right.
I think he's too nice. I think they brought a new guy in and he felt bad not letting him call.
I think the fact that it took 10 weeks is because he's too nice, but I think he wants to be the CEO, and I think he's better in that. I think all head coaches are better when they can do that, where it's like they can have their, they can flip their headset to offense, defense, talk to both coordinators the entire time, manage the game. Like, that's what Belichick did. That's what Andy Reid does most of the time. Like, that's what the best head coaches do. But when you are a Gruden head coach, I think he really started this theme where it's just you're a glorified offensive coordinator, and then there's a defensive head coach as well. It's just hard to get a feel for the game. So I think Dan Campbell would like to be that CEO floater on the sideline, but clearly it wasn't working. So now he's got to flex his brain a little bit here, and he continues to say, "It wasn't me. It was a group effort. Everybody contributed. I asked Morton the entire time, is this a good idea? What's Morton going to be like? No, I would have called this." After 9 weeks of mediocrity, there's no way. But everyone's talking about Dan Campbell today. It's kind of crazy, in my opinion.
I agree that the surprise to it has been, that is good. I didn't have it on my list because I have a different storyline from this game, but that's true. Everyone's been talking about it. Someone said this today and then said something else. I'm like, how do you not see that those contradict something? Like, someone said, I don't think there's any like waterproof teams in the NFL this year. Like, everyone's looked human at different points, and then been like, is Detroit for real? And it's like, yes, Detroit's very for real as anybody. Like, it's like they've definitely looked as solid as anyone else, especially in the NFC.
I think the most untouchable team so far, and I think you're right. I think parity around the league is at an all-time high, but I feel like the most untouchable team has been the Seahawks.
Yeah, and just everyone thinks their wheels are going to fall off. I thought about having
I agree.
A storyline about the Seahawks of like literally being that of like, oh, they're a wagon. Like, they're really good.
Very good.
Yeah, if I had to pick a team that we've seen do it, it'd be this one. Or, I mean, the Eagles are going to figure it out and be very good. But
people are overreacting to everything. But Yeah, the Eagles are good. The Chiefs are very good. The Bills are a good team, but they're not
the Bills.
a
The Bills.
team.
I referenced it with the AFC, and then I couldn't think of what team I was referencing. Bills not first in the AFC East though. So
no, Patriots are very good. Patriots just haven't played anybody. Their schedule is the easiest in the league.
Correct. Yeah.
They play the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are very beat up, but it was still a good win.
Yes.
They're good. Drake May is good. That coaching staff's top notch.
Well, if I may jump to it, might as well. I was going to stick in that game, but I'll jump to this one. My storyline nominee. Okay, you could say Drake May MVP watch. The Patriots are legit. I have worded it this way, Zach. I'm excited about my 2 takeaways this week because I think both are going to make you laugh. First storyline pitch: the Titans are abysmal. In a week where they had a bye, I watched this game and I went, "You motherfuckers you couldn't get a Drake May for what's his name, Vrabel in Tennessee."
Yep.
Like, you got rid of him before you got Cam Ward.
They got rid of him after he said, no, we shouldn't trade AJ Brown.
It's unbelievable. Like, I was just watching it and I'm like, no wonder the Titans are going to be bad for all time. And the Patriots are, like, as much as it was a joke that they didn't give Mayo more chance, just because it was like, that was what would have happened if Vrabel was there last year, is my opinion, is the only thing I'll say. But that said, who knows? I mean, Vrabel's great. We knew that already. I don't mind that they got Vrabel because it was like, it makes sense. I just wish it could have been different context for Mayo. But like, I just watched that and I was like, yeah, Drake May's great. Like, you couldn't have gone Vrabel somebody with Derrick Henry in Tennessee. That's just all I could think about.
My second storyline is about Vrabel too. So I
hit it, dude. It's just unbelievable. He does feel like I was watching it. I'm like, I hope people know he's like easily one of the best coaches in the NFL.
He is. Everyone thinks so, other than Pete Osmond. But everyone, Vrabel is an outstanding coach. He's a top 5 coach no matter what. I preface it with that. Now, what I'm going to say is, this is a one-man race for Coach of the Year. Vrabel's already won it. Don't even bat an eye at anything else. But it's not because of what he's doing. No. Let me make that very clear. There's a couple things happening here. A story that came out early, it must have been early this week because it was right before the trade deadline, about the Titans situation. The Titans owner, I'm not sure if you heard this, said she will not trade with the Patriots because she didn't like the way it ended with Vrabel.
Oh my God.
So that's insane. It's just like, no, Vrabel was the issue. I don't like the way he ended things, and I'm going to punish him. That's insane. That was leaked because somebody wanted us to know that. That's one. Two, Vrabel is getting put on such a pedestal right now because everyone all media members especially, hate Bill Belichick because of the years of shit that he gave them. They hate him. This is a media voted award, by the way. And then two, the Patriots desperately want Vrabel to win Coach of the Year because they just fired a black guy without cause for Vrabel.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It was a work, brother. So everything's culminating. All the storylines, all the mischievous stuff is coming together along with a very good head coach. So you can't say he doesn't deserve it. And it's like, there is no shot in hell that he does not win Coach of the Year because of this.
No, and also because the other guy who should be the front runner, why is Shane Steichen Voldemort? Why can't they say his name on TV?
True.
They just keep saying, if only we could figure out what Indianapolis was doing. By the way, I mean, no disrespect to this at all, because she deserves a lot of credit. But it's like, you would think that Jim Irsay's daughter is coaching the team.
Yeah, Carly. She's on the sideline. She's got a headset on. I think she is coaching the team.
And by the way, Carly should win an award. I forget which awards they actively give. I don't know if she's eligible for any of their categories.
She's doing outstanding, and she has been for years. But you're completely right. It's Carly Irsay, the owner, and the Indianapolis coach are both doing good.
It's unbelievable. It's Daniel Jones, Carly. I'm hearing a little bit about Gordon now. Everyone fucking loves their tight end. Like, I get it, but it's like, we can't say Shane Steichen's name. It's like when Rand Paul took second in the Iowa caucus and they couldn't remember who did it. Like, it was like, what do you mean? Michelle
Right.
Bachman took third. It was behind who?
Right. Say his name. That's right.
Yeah. And sorry, it's an old Daily Show bit, but it's just like,
Yeah.
Shane Steichen is like really, really good, but he's got no chance. Like he's getting no credit for the Colts' success.
There's a few people like that. I almost like, to a lesser degree, but even still, I don't think anyone gives Mike McDonald in Seattle any credit, which that's weird too, because no one's really getting credit there other than Sam Darnold, I think.
Yeah. There's some guy that's the best example is that. Mine is not as good an example, but even to some degree, you got it. Someone in Carolina deserves some sort of like credit. And I think Dave Canales is one of them. Like
Canales and their GM. I actually love both of them. It took a while, but I think they've nailed it.
We can be confused by what's happening there and still think that they're overachieving. Like that's worthy of celebration. But I think you're right. Yeah. That's a really good point that it's like, that's such a good point, Zach. Like there's a lot of fun reasons that's going to happen. Okay.
It is. It's done.
Yes.
By the way, we could also go a step further. It's a 2-man race for MVP. Some people are saying it's a 3-man race, but because Rabel's coach of the year, Drake May can't win MVP.
Yeah.
So it's Stafford or it's Jonathan Taylor.
Wow.
There's nobody else.
I hadn't thought about that. It's not going to be Baker?
No. He's had too many bad games now. But unless he goes on a historic run at the end of the season.
Yeah.
2 people are honorable mentions. That's Mahomes, who's off this week, and Baker. And by the way, if Mahomes comes out and passes for 500 next week, it does not become a 3-man race. It becomes a 2-man race. Jonathan Taylor's out. That's how that's going to work.
So who do you think is Taylor, out. Baker, and who?
Stafford.
Oh, yeah. Which is fair.
By the way, if the Seahawks lose to the Rams next week, it'll be the first time in Matthew Stafford's career that he has a career winning percentage. He finally got to 500 this week, which is awesome.
Yeah. MVP is interesting. We should talk about that sometime because, like, the names I hear people say for MVP, I think we're just picking this year. Like, it's like everyone's like, so Drake May's going to win MVP, and he's having a great year.
Yeah.
He's not, he wouldn't have sniffed this conversation a year ago. And all I mean by that is, like, he's not in the statistical conversation of MVP. But I just think, like, the narrative fits him. It's so weird. Like, people are
It's
like,
a narrative award, though.
I know.
You
So, which is true. Yeah, I agree, but it was a narrative award between like 3 of the most historically great seasons of all time. Now it's just a narrative award.
Right. And I mean, if Stafford wins it, this will be such a fun season to look back on because his arm did not work in the preseason.
That's who I'm rooting for. That's not fair. I mean, if there's a way Jonathan Taylor could win it, that's who I'm rooting for. But
he's been great. He's been good except for like 2 weeks, which I think those 2 weeks will fight him.
Maybe they'll give it to him to not recognize Shane Steichen.
Maybe. Yeah.
Gotta be somebody.
Anyone could be good if you're coaching a player like that.
That's 100% right. Just hand the ball off. Run the ball. Mine, Zach, we're really focused on 2 games this week, which I like. I'm going back to Commanders-Lions.
Okay.
My storyline of the week, folks, bear with me, because I promise I'm not getting that political, is Donald Trump cuts the greatest promo of all time.
In the booth?
In the booth? And Zach, I swear to fucking God, I did text it to you because I wanted to share it on the show. When he started trying to read and got booed so loud, they cut to the crowd, people are flipping him off. I started searching Shawn Michaels in Montreal on YouTube. I'm like, this isn't the greatest heel promo I've seen. And listen, this isn't an endorsement in any sense. I just think it's funny. He started reading. He says, I state your name. He was rattled. I was literally, Claire was like, can we change the channel? And I'm like, no, I'm waiting for him to drop the Redskins.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for him to just make a decree that the stadium's now named after him. Just in sheer
Which, by the way, people are being very weird about that, by the way.
Yeah, the stadium?
How could they rename the RFK stadium after a person? That's insane.
It's weird. Like, by the way, think what you want. This isn't the thing you should get the most worked up about. But it was all, I was just like, this is an all-time heel performance. I also think something's up. This is the Trump storyline I'm paying the most attention to. Something's up.
Okay.
He called the NFL into the White House earlier in the year.
Uh-huh.
They announced the draft. Like, we're all things centered on DC. He's demanded the name come back. I think he's going to resign from the White House so he can be owner of the Commanders.
Maybe.
I think he's fixated. I think he became president so he could defy Jerry Jones.
That would be funny. That's a feud I would be very excited about.
Well, that was the rumor for years, was that like Jerry didn't want him in the NFL. Spotlight wasn't big enough for the two of them. So maybe he's like, I give it all up to be in. But then he cuts to the booth sack.
What he will do, he'll call Washington America's team, by the way. That'll be the first step.
He calls Washington's America's team. I think he's going to just do the halftime show.
Yeah.
I think he's going to come out and just cut a promo again. By the way, this was my other takeaway. Again, still a great heel performance. He goes into the booth. He's cutting a promo on his high school quarterback. He didn't have the arm to give me the ball.
College quarterback.
We didn't have a great team. A quarterback had a weak arm.
Yeah.
It's electric.
Throw it 10 yards. If they threw it 10 yards, it'd be a long pass.
By the way, if there was an election to make someone a sports broadcaster, I'd vote for Donald Trump every time.
He was. If there was any situation where it was so apparent that he is so media trained, it was that he was unbelievably good to the point that there was a very slight lull. There was a pause, and he picked it up.
Yes.
So, like, instead of the other commentators, he destroyed them. He called a play, and he called the touchdown. He clicked to him. He Tony Romo'd it.
It clicked to him that they weren't talking enough about the game. There's a big play right here. Look at him. Whoa. He does call it like he's in the 80s, which I like. You know,
agreed.
Look at that hole. Like
like
he's in on it. But like, it was insane, and I was literally like, this is the greatest heel promo of all time. And I was just like, we're building to something. This is a storyline to watch. He's not done with the NFL.
No. Yeah, this isn't it.
And by the way, it was because maybe it's just this. He was booed so ferociously that like he has to come back to a game because he won't let it lie there. So he's going to come back.
Right.
And I want just like the most obnoxious funneled noise of just like a chant like Trump, Trump, Trump. But Zach, this was what I was going to say. My storyline. It was such a good promo. I was waiting for it. I was like waiting for Georgia on My Mind to play, and then a hand shoots up from the 50-yard line. Oh my God, it's Jimmy Carter. He rips himself out of the crowd.
Yeah.
Confronts him.
That'd be insane. I don't even know why I didn't write this down. Trump cutting a promo at an NFL game. It has to be the headline, doesn't it?
It was insane. It was also, whatever you think of it, hopefully we could all laugh at like, booed so hard that you can't, like, he was supposed to say, I, President Donald J. Trump, and he said, I, state your name. Rattled.
Yeah.
Rattled. The booze got him, dude. They cut to the crowd. He's like, thanks, everybody. They cut fingers. It was perfect.
It's Hulk Hogan on the Netflix on Raw thing.
And he can't figure out why people, have I mentioned my alcohol brand? Yeah. Why don't you like me?
Yeah. He did one of these.
He was startled. And it was just, that was a good storyline for me, but it was so electric that I was like looking up Who's Your Daddy Montreal. I was like, I'm in, dude.
So I think Trump cuts a heel promo. Has to be one.
Yeah, and I think Vrabel destined for Coach of the Year. It's the storyline to follow.
Is it that, or is it Campbell shakes it up? Because people, I think it's notable that Vrabel is for sure Coach of the Year. I don't know if that's a storyline this week. It's just,
you're right. They're going to talk more about Campbell. I agree. I'll do that. I like that. I like that.
I just we need to talk about November 11th show is not just the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald mourning what once was 50 years ago. We also just got to make it known, like this, we knew on this day that Vrabel is Coach of the Year. There's no other scenario. There's nothing else that could happen.
You know? Any games we didn't talk about at all? Yeah, the primetime games were bad. We're recording this as the Packer game begins. But the roller coaster that is Carolina continues. They lost to the Saints. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Jets and Browns have the best worst game of all time.
right on Nick Mangold Day. Yeah, that was crazy. There was, yeah. I mean, Seahawks were up 4 scores at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And
I
only
think
2
Bears
of the scores
fans,
were offense.
I think Bears fans think they're alive, which is weird.
Technically, they are, I think.
I mean, they're technically alive, but like, are we like hyped? I think they think it's all coming together.
We'll see what happens on Monday Night Football. If Packers lose, why wouldn't you be hyped if you're the Chicago Bears?
I mean, that makes sense. I guess
they're alive. I hate to say it, they are.
This is what I'm getting at. I just think like, I guess I'm really just thinking about the recent schedule. Like they are alive and they won the game, so it is what it is. But they beat the Giants, the injured Giants. They beat the Bengals in a shootout. Right. They got whooped by the Ravens and they beat the Saints. Like, and they beat the Raiders and Commanders. Like they've beat the bad teams.
Right.
But they're like, who can deny us? Me.
If you get a coach fired, you celebrate though. You got to.
Yes. And like, I think there's some cause for celebration, but I just think they're like, we're here, baby. I was hearing like fans be like, why isn't people talking about Caleb for MVP? I can tell you.
Yeah, we should talk about it. Let's put him up there. Let's really discuss it because I would love to.
Yeah, it's just like weird. Like it's like I'm not that into it. It's but it's interesting, dude. To me, the game I enjoyed the most was for sure Buccaneers and Pats.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like alarmingly so. But as we talked about before the show, if you're a fan of college football, future weeks, baby. Stay tuned. We're in. The Indiana game was the best football all weekend. That was insane.
That was crazy. The touchdown catch was stupid. It doesn't even.
Also, Gus Johnson.
Yeah.
Can I say something controversial?
Sure.
He was too surprised.
He always is. He's never the perfect amount. Gus Johnson.
I don't want people to think I'm not a Gus Johnson fan. However, he was too surprised his foot was in bounds.
Never seen anything like it.
It was one of 2 options, Gus, and it was pretty goddamn close.
Right, it was close no matter what.
His foot is out. You're kidding me! It's just like Gus like paints himself into a corner where I think that you can imagine Gus Johnson as a kid. He comes down. He comes down the stairs. It's Christmas Eve. Boy, there's no way there's presents down here.
No shot.
There's just no way. There were presents here last year. There's no way he did it. He did it again.
He did it again. He still does that. Yeah, he's always surprised. He's excited about it.
He gave me a bike, the one thing I asked for. Like he's just like so jazzed.
Gus Johnson is a half glass empty type of guy, but I do like that he celebrates the victory afterwards. He's never is a believer.
No, but like you present, that's so true. Yeah. Gus Johnson loves being wrong. Sure. No one likes being wrong more than Gus Johnson.
For such a positive person, like just joyful energy, he is so negative. He never believes it happened. He always wants proof.
Gus Johnson, skeptic.
Yeah. That's people don't talk about that narrative with him.
But it's just like it's unbelievable because I like this part. Like Gus Johnson makes every game bigger. That's fun. This was one of the first moments where I was like, Gus, I get it. It's a huge catch. It's a big deal. And he's just like, can you believe it happened? I do. I saw it.
Is he? I also like Gus Johnson.
Yeah.
Is he getting into Dickie V territory?
Oh, I don't know. I saw Dickie V the other day. I was like, my boy, go home. Relax a little bit. Take some time off.
He's done enough. This is when you can enjoy the rest of your life. Step away.
Okay. I'm sorry. I do need to investigate a little more. What do you mean by Dickie V territory?
Intolerable.
Oh, okay. I was like, it could mean so many things.
That's true. Just being over the top for the sake of being over the top.
No, I don't think he's like booger. You know, I don't think he's just like
okay.
Like you're a meme. You know.
Sure.
I think the thing about Gus Johnson that has made him last this long is he is genuine. I think he is that hyped.
Okay. I hope so.
Here's where Gus Johnson maybe would get to that point. I sincerely think he would have reacted that way if that game was East Illinois versus Western Michigan.
That's true.
Like, I don't know if the stakes matter to him.
It does not. That's why he always puts over his game, which I enjoy. I like it. But is that genuine? I don't know.
Yeah. Gus Johnson should cover every Seahawks game, though.
Yes.
So we could really revel in it.
Let me enjoy it. Yeah. Jackson Smith-Njigba is probably the best league receiver, but I can't watch it.
Let's end on this. I'm going to do this off the top of my head. I'm going to give you 5 broadcasters.
Okay.
You're going to sign them teams for the rest of the year.
Okay. Great.
Okay? I'm going to pick ones that I think we like.
Perfect. Okay, good.
We'll start with the one we're talking. If you had to give Gus Johnson a team, one NFL team, he calls all their games the rest of the year, who is it?
I think it's the Panthers, because then
yeah. Great pick.
We don't know what's going to happen, but and neither does he. He doesn't even believe it when it's happening. But it's going to be over the top when Rico Dowdle falls into the end zone for a 7-6 victory, which is great.
Yeah.
Or a 6-7
Kirk
loss.
Herbstreit.
I like Kirk. I think you do.
I do too.
A lot of people dislike him. By the way, people are very negative about Al Michaels right now. They need to knock it off.
He's coming up. Don't worry.
Okay, I like Al. Sorry, he's old. Good God.
And get him a different partner, dude.
Yeah, that's fine too. Kirk, let's give him. I'll give him the Bears because they just feel like a college team anyway, and then he doesn't sugarcoat the shit. He will say it like it is about Caleb. I think.
That's so true. Okay, Al Michaels.
Let's put Al. Now I'm giggling negative about Al in my mind. Do we put him back in Cincinnati where he can just reminisce about the old days because that's kind of what he wants to do anyway? Or
I do think Al Michaels to the Rams makes sense for that reason. Like he's just reminiscing about terrible Lions games.
True. Yeah, that's true. Al has stories about the olden days. So who's the funniest option? It probably is the Rams for that, huh?
There's some good ones.
We'll do that. We'll do the Rams.
All right. 2 left. Okay, I know my stinger. So who do I do before that? Let's do... I thought I had a good one. I don't know. Kevin Harlan.
Oh, man. Every game ever. Packers, please. Because I'll for sure watch it. Luke and I have had this conversation that he needs to commentate every game ever.
I want him on the Colts.
Colts was true.
Get it to me. Make me believe. Make us all believers.
That is true. He will, he'll make a believer out of anybody about anything.
Last one, I also, sorry, the funnier question is Donald Trump. Who's Donald Trump? But it's the Commanders.
For sure.
So that we'll 6th option after the president is, I know the answer is everyone, but you got to pick one team the rest of the way.
Yeah.
John Gruden.
Ooh. God. Raiders is interesting, but
yeah.
Would he just be pitching for himself to get keys to the building again the entire time?
Yeah.
Which probably would happen. I would do, and because there is a beef between them, but also a lot of stories between them, I would do the Chiefs. There is a beef between Andy Reid and Gruden, and I think it would show itself many times.
But he couldn't help waxing poetic about Pat Mahomes.
Right. Mahomes and Kelsey. I mean, they're just Hollywood's team at this point too, and he would love it. He would love the defensive players too. Loves Leo Chanel.
I'll end on this. Barstool, if you're listening, do a series where he just calls over plays of the week.
Yeah,
you should actually do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
this is what I want. Barstool, a series. He goes back, comments over the Will Levis run.
Yeah, That's
just like I was like, who's the worst quarterback? He could just like, you must talk to me about Will Levis.
I think he liked Will Levis too, so that would be very interesting.
Yeah. But I like
go back and watch old Daniel Jones shit, old Sam Darnold shit. Yeah. That would be fun too.
If it wasn't the Chiefs, I think that's the right pick. I would have done the Buccaneers.
Sure. Which, yeah, similar reasons, but yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And talk about Baker.
Yeah.
I love this kid.
Gruden's the best. I still watch his videos every week.
He'd kill an elephant just for a taste of ivory. He's just saying the craziest shit you've ever heard.
He's a little bit like Bill Walton in that way, where it's like, it's not really related. He just throws something out there, but then he has more passion than Bill Walton.
Oh, man. Now I got to watch Bill Walton clips. That's good. Let's end the show so I can watch that. I need to go watch. Man, do you think those clips of him calling the Badgers game is still out there? Where he's doing bench reps?
Yeah. Insane.
Talking about the winter solstice.
Winter solstice. He commentated old Rockets games with Yao Ming. He talked about the export of rice from China that year.
Yes.
he had the numbers too. He did his research. A lot of Bill Walton. He's the best. He's absolutely the best. But yeah, we will go out on that. Go pour one out for the Edmund Fitzgerald, Gordon Lightfoot, and the 29 people aboard. Gales November did come early. We'll be back next week.